So, ever since I started working on clearing out my limiting beliefs around money, my whole life started to change for the better. Now, I still have a gigantic amount of limiting beliefs that I'm working through. From the one side, it can be seen as daunting, but I think it's exciting because I get to work through the resistance that's holding me back from achieving my goals so that I can achieve my goals easier. Now, it's a lot better now. And I think that's only because I do a couple exercises as often as I can in regards to my relationship with money. The reality where you're at right now, you are probably having a hard time either in phase 1, which is making money. It could be a hard time in phase 2, which is keeping money, or 3, which is growing money. Now, for me personally, I suffered immensely with the second part, which is keeping. And realistically, if I look at where I'm at right now, my income isn't so big. We're focusing on growing money is my priority, and that's the truth. That's the reality, right? I still have a lot of work to do. I'm still within the first phase and the second phase, which is making and keeping money, and being able to keep money. Now, the emphasis is on the word able, right? The ability to keep money, because that's a part that I struggled with a lot, and I'll share with you guys why I struggled with that. But just so you guys can see how deep this thing goes, is I have a friend, let's call him Mr. X, right? And man, I've never seen someone that could survive so easily in terms of being able to make money like this. The problem where I watch him go through is the keeping money. The guy would spend money, let's call him John, right? John would make money like this, know how to communicate, know how to sell, but every time he made money, this is a real person actually, he would lose the money like this every single time, always just wanting to spend it and spend it and spend it. And what's happening is that it's a pattern, right? That's tied down with limiting beliefs. And I know what that feels like because I go through it as well. I've went through it as well. I work through it as well. You go out and you make money, but you find it so hard to keep it, to hold on to it, to leave the money in the account, to leave the cash untouched. So what usually is happening is that there's limiting beliefs around being able to keep money, emphasis on able. Now, the reason being is that for me personally, there were limiting beliefs that I had. And these were, for example, money is bad. Money is evil. I don't want money because fake people start acting as friends. Not worthy of money, not deserving of money, and so on and so on. It's surprising when I show you guys what to do and you actually come up with the answers yourself. You'll be surprised at the limiting beliefs that you are holding on. Because the things I held on to, and I'll show you, by the way. I'll give you an example over here. If I can just cover this, and you just see here, it wrote down, money brings danger. I feel unsafe around money. And these are all the things that are trapped within the subconscious that we're not aware of, right? So the fact is that these limiting beliefs that we have, that I had, they don't always come because we're asking for it. I didn't ask for it. Usually it's due to the things that our 5 senses absorb or have absorbed through our lifetime. So let me explain. So when we're born into this life, when I was born into this life, we go through experiences, right? I went through experiences. And say, for example, we're born into a home or in an environment where people say it's hard to make money. Money is difficult. Rich people are bad people. All these sort of concepts that are just planted, simple statements that are just said loosely, we accept these things as truth. I accepted some of them as truth, right? And I'll give you an example here. So when I did one of the process, the next thing that came up is money brings danger. I feel unsafe with money. Money is not safe. Now, when I went and unpacked that a little bit more, look what comes up. So when I said money brings danger, things would come up. For example, answers I find is movies where people hijack the kids of wealthy businessmen. So even something as simple as movies, events that take place in movies, our subconscious mind can accept that as truth and start to create a new story around that and make that our belief that blocks us in different areas of life and we're not even aware of. So many of these things that I wrote down here, this is personally to me, right? I wrote down the reason one of my limiting beliefs around money and believing that money brings danger. This is the 2-step process. Number 1, you first want to ask yourself a set of questions to see where you stand and where your relationship stands in regards to money. You have to first get a temperature check on what is really happening in your subconscious on how you see money. And then you want to do a second step. Now, the first step, which is the questions, is the first question, which, by the way, just so you can see that everything I share with you guys is stuff I do as well. I was going to cover this, and then you'll see over there, right? Those questions over here. Is money safe? That's the first question. Do I feel secure with money? Does money make me feel secure? Is money security? Do I feel safe with money? Is money good? Is money bad? Does money give me security? Does money give me safety? Am I worthy of money? Do I deserve money? And am I entitled to have money and all material things? So important, guys. This is what's changing my life. It has changed my life and it is still changing my life. I still do this today. So answer those questions and you'll find out that you'll be surprised at some of the answers that you come up with, and you'll realize and see some of the lies that you've been telling yourself. I realize some of the lies I've been telling myself, because money is good. Money is safe, right? Money does bring security. We've been telling ourselves that money is bad because our grandma, our parents, our family, our environment, the school, the teacher, the movie said money is bad. So that's the first step. Write those questions the same way I did over here. Is, you see, I say, is money good? Do I feel secure with money? Does money make me feel secure? Write it down, answer it. Once you find an answer that doesn't align with attracting money, so say for example, my first question is money safe? And the answer is no, money is not safe, and I feel unsafe with money. Now you have to address that limiting belief, because you want to remove that limiting belief, right? So that you can actually create the new belief that money is safe. After you finish that first step of asking the questions, which this is what I've done, you go to the second step, right? Now you want to forgive yourself for those limiting beliefs. You want to forgive yourself for accepting those beliefs. This has changed my life, is changing my life. So take it as you will. This is working for me. And if you take it, it can and it will work for you too. 100%. You write all these things down and you realize that, man, encounters with people have caused you to create certain beliefs around things. Then you forgive yourself for those things. So then I would say, and this is all written down, right? So I'd go and I'd say, over here, as you can see, it's lots of writing. It's almost like journaling. I'd say, I forgive myself that I have accepted and allowed myself to believe that money brings danger. I have to forgive myself for that, right? After I do that, I go and I take responsibility, because I am the one subconsciously that chose to accept that thought, that belief. So then I'll go on and say, I'd say, I realize that I myself chose to believe that money brings danger. And then I'll go out and I'll say the affirmation, and I'll put the new belief that I want into my mind, because your mind is like a soil, it is like a program, a computer that you want to program with what you want. Then I'll go on and I'll program, money is safe, money is good, money can be used to help others, money is positive. Because you have to remember that when someone is born in a wealthy family, into a wealthy environment, these beliefs are not there, right? Because they are born into money. They're born into positive thoughts about money. I don't know all of them, but they're born into positive thoughts about money, right? For those who haven't been born into money, there's beliefs that either come from parents, grandparents, the environment, such as money is bad or money is hard, etc., etc. But I hope you get the message and how to apply the two-step process, because it is changing my life. And I can guarantee you that if you just do it, just sit down, block time, just do it, and you'll see for yourself. Now, I do hope this helps you like it is helping me. In full transparency, whatever helps me in my life, I've promised myself that I will share with you and share those victories and share all of that with you, so that you achieve your goals easier, you achieve your goals with less effort, and you achieve your goals faster than if you were to figure out yourself, right? Because going through my journey, the mistakes I make, I'm going to share with you so you don't have to go through the same mistakes. I have more great victories to share with you as time goes on. So subscribe to the channel. I am here to serve you.